or even 5, or even 1. And I saw in the right hand of him who sat on the throne a scroll written inside and on the back, sealed with 7 seals. Then I heard a strong angel with a loud voice saying, who's worthy to take the scroll and to open its seal? And no one in heaven, no one on earth, no one underneath the earth was able to take the scroll. So John said, I wept mad because no one was able or found worthy to take the scroll. But one of the elders said to me, do not weep, for behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, from the root of David, he has done it. And in the midst of the elders stood a lamb as though has been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent unto the earth. Then he came and took the scroll and he opened it. 8 says, now when he had taken the scroll, the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders, like I demonstrated last week, fell down before the Lamb this time round. But interestingly, each one of them had a harp. In 4, they didn't use instruments. In 5, they used instruments. In 4, they only said. In 5, they added melody to their worship. Each one having a harp. A harp is a musical instrument from the guitar family. And a golden bowl full of incense, which are prayers of the saints. And they sang a new song. So in 4, the golden bowl full of incense was there. In 4, the golden bowl that was full of incense was there. Remember this. But when Jesus showed up, they took their harp, they took their melodies, then they took your prayers. In 4, they were waiting. In 5, when he shows up, they take their musical instruments, play something on the guitar. Then they now took your prayers. Come, Elijah. Intertwined with melodical worship. They took your prayers with the Lamb. So when they saw the sacrifice, they took worship and prayer. When Jesus the sacrifice showed up, worship came in and prayers came in. This tells me that you cannot pray without sacrifice and worship. You cannot sacrifice without prayer and worship. And you cannot worship without prayer and sacrifice. If you apply these 3 principles, heaven has no choice to step into your complex complication. So the psalm says, you provide the fire, I'll provide the sacrifice. So you can pray, but you need worship and sacrifice. That's how Solomon captured God. He called the minstrels. Solomon gathered the minstrels. Then he gathered the high priests. Then he sacrificed. Solomon slaughtered every animal that was there. Every animal they could set their eyes on. Solomon said, bring them, I'll kill them. Then he told the minstrels to lift up worship. So whilst the sacrifice was burning, worship was going on. Then Solomon lifted up prayer. God was choked in heaven. He stepped down and said, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and turn away from their wicked ways, I way God will answer them. It took prayer, worship, and sacrifice. It took prayer, worship, and sacrifice. Mind you, Solomon could not have become a king because his mother is the wife of Uriah, David's bodyguard, who he killed. Solomon knows that, but he learned a principle from his father, so much so that God never came direct to David but went direct to Solomon. God never spoke direct to David. He always spoke through Nathan. But Solomon sacrificed so much that God said, angels, hold on. He worshipped so much that the Bible said that the high priest couldn't minister. There will be a day in this church